Hello students, young scholars. So today we're going to be talking about multiplying decimals, and we already learned, and you've probably already seen other videos, how to multiply decimals using the area model. Well, today we're going to be learning how to multiply decimals using a different method. It's the place value method. So how we do that, it's quite simple, and you're going to find it quite easy, I believe. So what we're going to do is look at a problem first. Let's look at 3 times, let's say, 61 hundredths, sorry. 3 times 61 hundredths. And the first thing we're going to do for multiplying decimals using the place value method is actually draw our place value chart. So we have our decimal, we have our tenths place. And remember, another way for tenth is 1 over 10. And then we have our hundredths place. And remember, another way for that is 1 over what? 100. So we have these places. Then we have our ones place. And we have our tens place. But we're not even going to need our tens place. We're not even going to get that high in numbers, which is fine. So we look at what we have. We look at our two numbers we're multiplying by. We're multiplying by 3, and we're multiplying by 61 hundredths. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at, if we have a number that's a decimal, we usually use that one right away. So we're going to look at the number that's a decimal, right here. That number, 61 hundredths. Now we're going to go to our place value chart, and we're going to look at the first digit. The first digit is a what? It's a 6 in the tenths place, so it's 6 tenths. But it is a 6. The number, the digit is a 6. So we're going to draw 6 dots. Maybe stars, maybe hearts if you really want to draw a heart. Whatever you want to draw. You're going to draw 6 of those in the 10th place. And this is just to represent our numbers. I'm doing stars because all my students are star students, star scholars. So I have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stars to represent 6 in the 10th place. I have 6 now in the 10th place. Can't deny it. Got 6 stars. They're all in the 10th place. I have 6 tenths. Can't deny it. Now I gotta look at what number is in the hundredths place. And that's a what? It's a 1. Alright, so now I have 1 in the hundredths place. Can't deny it. It's only 1 star. I have 1 star in the hundredths place. So if you look at this, if you truly look at this, and I'm going to bring my decimal down so you can see it. If you look at this, I have my decimal, just like there. Then I have what? 6 stars, so I have 6. And then I have 1 in the hundredths. So I've represented my number 61 hundredths on the place value chart using stars. I've actually represented this number down here. That's the first step. The first step is to represent your decimal number on your place value chart. Now we're going to look at this other number, which is a what? It's a 3. That 3 is telling me I'm going to have 3 groups of 61 hundredths. I'm going to have 3 groups of 61 hundredths. That's what the number is telling me. That's what that 3 is telling me. So now I'm going to make 3 groups of 61 hundredths. I'm actually just making on here however many groups this number is telling me. This number happens to be telling me to make 3. So I'm going to make 3 groups of 61 hundredths. So I already have 1. I already have 1 group of 61 hundredths, 6 and 1. Now I'm going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. So now I have how many groups? 2. 1, 2, 2 groups of 61 hundredths. I need how many altogether? 3. Because that's what I'm multiplying by. So I'm going to make 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. If you actually look at these numbers, I have now 3 groups of 61 hundredths. 61 hundredths. I have 3 groups of them. Now what you're going to do is you're actually going to add all these together. How's it going, Mr. Randy?
Hey, Frank, what's going on, buddy?
Not too much. You're doing a little math. I'm not at that. So what you're going to do is add all these together. So you're adding the 3 stars together, which give you 3. And then you're adding these next ones together, which are, if we count them all together, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have 18. But there's a problem there. I can't have 18 in the hundreds place because it's too large of a value. So what I do is I circle 10 of them. And I clump those 10 together. And by clumping those 10 together, I'm able to transfer them into 1 in the ones place. So I have 1 star now in the ones place. And I have these other stars left over. I have altogether left over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 left over. So now I go back and I recount. I have 1 in the ones place. I have 8 in the tens place. And I have 3 in the hundreds place. And don't forget my decimals. So my answer is 1 and 83 hundredths. 1 and 83 hundredths. And I've done this just by using the place value chart, just by counting how many stars I had. And remember, if I have more than a single digit in one place value, I have to clump some of them together and transfer them to a larger place value. So it's really not that hard using the place value method to multiply decimals. So let's see if I got the right answer using the algorithm way. So 61 hundredths times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 6 is what? 18. Remember, I count how many decimals, how many numbers are to the right decimal? 1, 2. Now I go 1, 2. That's where I place my decimals. So my number is 1 and 83 hundredths. My product on both of them is the exact same. So what this shows me is a more conceptual way of doing this problem, multiplying. It's a different strategy than the algorithm way. It's showing you what the algorithm way is really telling me by representing it on the place value chart. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to try multiplying 3 and 61 hundredths on the place value chart without watching this video again, and see if you can do it. So once you do it, rewatch the video, see if you did it correctly. If you're having trouble as you're doing it, then watch the video, pause it, do what it's telling you to do, and then play it again, pause it when you need to. Once you finish, try making a few other numbers this way, and then find someone at home to explain how to do this method. You guys rock.